Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So today I am Mohd Aminuddin bin Nooruddin with my friend Mohd Jafrizal and Mohd Imran. So today we are going to explain the assignment that have been given to us. Okay, so for part A, question 1, differentiate the Islamic worldview and the conventional worldview of accounting. Okay, so in Islamic accounting is based upon ethical law originating in the Al-Quran. For example, like Islamic law and As-Sunnah. So for the conventional accounting is based upon modern commercial law, permissive rather than ethical. Okay, so go to the next point, which is Islamic accounting is full of disclosure. Why? To satisfy any reasonable demand for information in accordance with the Sharia. Okay, so for the conventional accounting is limited disclosure. Why? Because provision of information subject to public interest. Okay, so for the last point for Islamic accounting is public accountability, which is Islamic accounting focus on the community who participate in exploiting resource. For conventional accounting is personal accountability, because conventional accounting focus on individuals who control resources. Okay, so for part A, question 2A, what is code of ethics? A code of ethics is a guide of principles designed to help professionals conduct business honestly and with integrity. A code of ethics document may outline the mission and values of the business or organization, how professionals are supposed to approach problems, the ethical principles based on the organization's core values, and the standards to which the professional is held. Okay, a code of ethics, also referred to as an ethical code, may encompass areas such as business ethics, a code of professional practice, and an employee code of ethics. Okay, so I pass to the next presenter.
Okay. Next, we go to question 2B. The topic is distinguish between AAOIFI and MIAA Code of Ethics. For the AAOIFI Code Ethics, the definition of the nation of a basic standard of ethics, the observance of which is required literally. The phrase means or impels putting everything in proper position, and it encompasses the concept of justice, equity, fairness, non-discrimination, equality and balance. Next is barakah, the growth in amount and or quality of Allah Almighty's blessing and endowment by unseen and unpredictable method, or a manifestation of His concern for one's lifetime health, belongings or money. The next is ethically defensible decision, judgment that may be defended and justified as an ethical decision after satisfying specific requirements. Okay. Next is ihsan, the nation of obtaining perfection in ethics via voluntary, discretionary, suggested or encouraged behavior. The time excellence refer to the performing anytime in a way that given the resource or condition and cannot be done better. Next is IFI3. The definition is relates to Islamic financial institutions, which cover all entities engaged in financial dealings and transaction in conformity with Sharia principle. Okay, the last is law. What is the meaning of law? Law is set of rule that only a certain country or community accepts as governing the behavior of individuals, and that it may enforce via the application of section and or other mechanism. A local law must be followed as long as it does not contradict Sharia. Okay, next is what is the AAOIFI code acting objective? The objective is to assist Islamic finance professionals in understanding the demands of ethical conduct and choosing the right course of action in an ethical dilemma. Next is to aid Islamic finance professionals grasp the standards of ethical behavior and choose the best course of action in an ethical problem. Okay, the last is to empower the Islamic financial institution and Islamic financial experts in achieving barakah by living up to Sharia, including both text and spirit. Okay, next we go to MIA Code of Ethics. Okay, MIA by law. Okay, the meaning is latest revision comes into effect on January 2011. MIA by laws are issued in prison to Section 10 bracket A of the Accountant Act 1967, binding to all members of MIA. Okay, the new by the laws repeals and supersede the former bylaws which had been in effect since April 1992. Okay, the next is what the aim of bylaws. Okay, first, establish guidelines for selecting the member in consideration of the professional obligation and responsibilities due by all members, whether in professional activities or otherwise, to their customers, employers, authorities, and the wider population. The next is because the financial sector plays a significant role in society, the bylaws strive to enhance member to preserve the highest level of professionalism and professional behavior required of the profession. Member a person who are registered with the Institute MIA under the Accountant Act of 1967 as a chartered accountant, a licensed accountant, or a associate member. Okay, the last is about the professional member ethics. At all time, they must exercise their obligation with honesty, fairness, impartiality, and relevant professional care. And they must be free of any consideration that appears to be in contradiction with these requirements. Okay. The breach of laws about the professional member ethics is about initiate an accusation of irresponsible actions against the member in the question. He or she may be summoned before the institute investigation and disciplinary committee, which we know is MIA. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you. And we go to the Imran for the next topic.
Hello, Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Imran bin Rozikin. So next we are going to question 3A. In what way can Islamic concept of piety assist the accountant to become ethical? First, what is piety? According to Sayyidina Ali radhiyallahu anhu, piety is the fear of Allah, worship and belief in the book revealed, content with whatever little is given, and prepare oneself for their hereafter. By Abu Bakar Muhammad al-Rawzabari rahimahullah said, piety is avoiding anything that would prevent you from Allah. From our finding, we know that every Muslim need to prevent things that prohibited by Allah and sins. So, how piety assists accountant become ethical? First, Sharia throughout one's whole life Muslim and in general are particularly essential because Sharia provide a set of standards for distinguishing between good and evil or haq and batil. Accountant in the accounting field who adhere to ethical ideals of piety will not give false statement. They will assure accuracy in order to provide excellent performance. They will also do not take bribe for their profits. An ethical accountant are not manipulate the reports, fund or anything about company's money. And they also will not take money from usury element since it is forbidden in Islam. What is benefit when we practice piety concept? First one is people will have faith in ethical accountants and having a solid reputation. Second, assure long-term employment in organization after acquiring the employer's complete trust. And third one is capable of abstaining from sin to Allah for violating all of his prohibition. Question 3B. What are rule of ethical conduct based on Islamic principle of trustworthiness? Do you think this rule are sufficient to discipline accountants? Accounting and accountants historically is a significant role in Muslim society in gaining trustworthy accounting information for Muslim users. Accountants through Islam may have unique duties and obligation to meet their specified. The prime objective of Muslim accountants need to obtain falah from Allah, falah or success from Allah. In order to be granted falah and earn praise from Allah, accountant ought to be trustworthy and unbiased while generating financial statements for the sake of financial reporting users. As a result, these have been proposed that accountants as representative from the financial institution must oversee the quality of accounting reports and be responsible for preparing accurate and great integrity accounting data. What is ethical conducts? There are 4 ethical conducts for trustworthiness. The first one is refrain from disclosing confidential information unless required by the relevant accounting and auditing standard. Second, refrain from using confidential information for unethical advantage. Third one is refrain from any action of behaviors that may risk the institution religions and ethical objective. And the last one is present and communicate relevant financial and non-financial information honestly, truthfully and with adequate transparency. Do you think these rules are sufficient to discipline accountants? These rules are sufficient to discipline accountants because of some reason. First one is the ethical codes of trustworthiness covers all about accounting. Accountants are very responsible to being trusty for having a good reputation. And lastly, as an accountant, they cannot easily use the data for unethical actions. So that's all from me. Thank you.